G'day, I'm Michael Thompson. I'm a BigFix technical advisor for Asia Pacific based out of Melbourne in Australia. You can see my QR code down the bottom, which you can scan to get in contact with me via LinkedIn. This is part 3 in my video series of installing BigFix in an air-gapped environment. Previously, I showed you how you can use the AirGapped tool to gather the BES support site. In part 3, we're going to be activating the Patches for Windows site and doing a gather of that site. What we now want to do though is specify which other sites that we want to activate. So we'll accept the usage agreement here. And I'm just going to, just for the demonstration purposes, go with the most common one, which is, and probably the biggest as well, Patches for Windows. So I'll enable that particular site. Now if we switch back here, we have a look at external sites. It shows the old name until it's gathered, which is Enterprise Security, which is what the site used to be known as. And we can see here the current version is 0. So once it gets its first gather, it will change to Patches for Windows. But we once again need to go and use the AirGapped tool to gather the site. So we're back here on our laptop. We'll delete that AirGapped response file because we've imported that now. So we'll go into there and we'll find our Enterprise Security site, which is there. And what we want to do is do a G on that, and we'll gather that particular site. So we'll save that. And then once again, we'll run our BES AirGapped tool on that particular site and gather the contents. Okay, so now we've got a new gather response file. So we can take that across to our BigFix environment. So there's our AirGapped response. So if we run our BigFix AirGapped tool again, it's now imported Patches for Windows site. Okay, so you can see that the import is now finished. So if we have a look now, we've got a Patches for Windows site, and we've got our content here for the Patches for Windows. The next thing we need to do is decide which particular patches we want to download. So the easiest way to do that is to wait for our computers to evaluate against the site and get them to determine which ones are applicable or not, so we can make some determinations about which patches we want. So I'll just wait for our computer to evaluate and I'll come back in a moment. Okay, so our computer's now evaluated and reported back which particular fixlets are applicable to it. So that's all there is for today's content. Here are some helpful resources for you. First of all, we have bigfix.com, which is your landing page for finding out further information on product offerings, and you can schedule a demo there. Next is support.bigfix.com, which provides you with product documentation, access to create support tickets, and also some details on events and webinars. And finally, we have forum.bigfix.com, where you can interact with other like-minded BigFix enthusiasts, ask questions, and also engage with other users. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I wish you success on your continued BigFix journey.